The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by its host and guest on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. I express firmly I am here to have a fun time, and don't need anyone ruining it by being butthurt. Take your clapped cheeks somewhere else. I am not a professional, I just play one on the show. Thank you, and continue supporting. Deuces.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it.
On my cool J.
I pull up, roll the window down it.
I don't know if you guys can tell the vibes yet.
Bottle pistol, it got 30 rounds in it.
Hey.
Pull up at your mama house and put some rounds in it.
Hey.
Wet a nigga block and watch them niggas drown in it.
Hey.
100 round drawn, got a nigga down with. I'm on that slaughter gang shit. Murder gang shit. Slaughter gang shit. Murder gang shit. I'm on that slaughter gang shit.
Hey.
Murder gang shit. Slaughter gang shit. Murder gang shit. I'm on that slaughter gang shit. Take a nigga bitch. Nigga use a bitch cause I ran off with your shit.
Hey.
I'm a real right blood and these nigga counterfeit.
Hey.
You don't pull up on the L, pussy boy, you get killed. I bought a brand new drop and then I pulled me up some drop. Y'all said real street nigga, y'all ain't on no block. Bitch, keep your legs closed cause all I want is talk. I pull up and y'all gon' call the cops. 21. I just bought a pistol, it got 30 rounds in it. Pull up at your mama house and put some rounds in it. Let a nigga block and watch them niggas drown in it. 100 round drawn, got a nigga down with. I'm on this slaughter gang shit. Murder gang shit. Slaughter gang shit. Murder gang shit. I'm on this slaughter gang
21.
Murder gang shit. Slaughter gang shit. Murder gang shit. 2 guns up.
Hey.
I don't give a fuck.
Hey.
I'm a big dog, little nigga, you a pup.
Let's see what I got.
On my cool J.
Pop these niggas like a willy nigga. You a silly nigga.
Hey.
In the hole with them Billy niggas and them Hoover niggas. You a know and they shooting niggas. We ain't hooping nigga. No KB, you a loser nigga. Out that Uzi nigga. On the stoop, krills in my drawers. Your girl on my phone. She wanna fuck but keep his clothes on. I only want the joke. Man, that's really all I use it for. To kick her out the door. I wanna you could keep the horse. She feeding for some more. In New York, my niggas don't really rock. My niggas money rock. Blow kicks a nigga throwing shots. I run them off they block. $250,000 in the stash box. I grinded for my spot. Niggas talking about that cash for my bag worth a lot. I don't fuck with
No old hoes,
only
new hoes.
Put my dick in the backbone. I pass it to my bro. I don't love her, that's a sad hoe. She a bad hoe. I'm a fucker, then I dash hoe to the cash hoe. I'm on some robbing nigga shit. Take a nigga bitch, do the dash in the whip. Got the cash in the whip. I pull up with a stick. I let that shit hit. Shut up. But I fuck that nigga bitch. Niggas iffy up. Blicky got the stiffy up. Got the blicky up. Drumming whole 50 up. Move milli on my niggas on 50 up. Talk down. You silly up.
Hey. Welcome, beautiful people, back to another episode of No Special Characters. Let me go and hit these drops.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
You're listening to
Special characters.
I am your host, Jose Luis, aka
On my cool J.
aka
Wait, Jose!
aka Mr. Big. Some say. It depends on whose hands they are on. So what's up, guys? How's it going out there? Hopefully you guys are doing great on this beautiful day. I will let you guys in on a little secret right away. I recorded a whole show earlier. I recorded this whole episode earlier, and I did not like it. I deleted it. So we're here starting it over. This morning was hectic. I was trying to record this show in the morning. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning to record this show, and magically at 4 o'clock in the morning, the world must have, since I was up, the universe must have been like, hey, I think he's up. And everybody decided to keep me busy from 4 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the morning when I had to get ready to go to work. Now, you're like, that's a lot of hours. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But to get yourself in the mood to record a beautiful show like what I'm recording for you right now, you have to get yourself amped up. You have to put yourself in. You got to bring up a little bit of energy, and you just want to produce the best show possible. Whenever you're recording a show, you're not living in the moment. You're like thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead of the show. So it's like, okay. So I just couldn't get into a groove. I couldn't get into my funk. So I recorded something, and I'm pretty sure I had some great stuff in it that the world will never hear because I deleted everything. I was like, I don't want to go and cipher through all of this work and then give you a mixed review of a product. So I was like, all right, let me just go and do this over again. So thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoy what I give you. And I might start off my show with, I am a poor representation. I am a poor representation for my family. You're like, wow, that's a little bit harsh on yourself. I know what I am. I am a terrible representation. Whenever I'm out in the world, I represent my family, and it is always at the worst, bro. So one of the things that held me up from recording a full show, a proper show, was I got a last minute phone call. My brother's like, hey man, can you take the kids to school? I was like, you're messing me up right now, but whatever. So I'm not a morning person. I've always say this to you guys. I'm not a morning person. I'm a complainer. I'm a Debbie Downer. I'm all that stuff. I'm very like, leave me alone. Like I have terrible road rage. So I don't want to be in the situation that I was in this morning because I get angry very quick. My blood pressure raises through the roof. And my poor nephew, he's in the back seat and he's used to it, but he's just like, whoa, this guy has anger issues. He pointed it out to me once. He was like, yo, man, you always angry. I was like, yeah, that's the world, man. You better get ready for that shit. Let me stop. But this morning I'm taking him to school and I'm noticing there's a bunch of traffic on my ways surrounding the school. And I'm like, I live right up the block from a school. The traffic there is never crazy. So why is the traffic so intense here? And it's a 2-way road and there's some side blocks, but the 2-way road is the main road. So I'm getting closer and I'm looking at it and people are triple parked on a 2-way road to go drop off their kids to school. And that irritates the living hell out of me. Because I said it before. I was like, I don't know what it is between 7 and 8 to 8:30 with parents, but it just seems like they leave their brains at home. It's like all common sense gets left at the house right next to the coffee. And they just go into the world taking in their kids. The parents sometimes are the most inconsiderate people out there. I know if you guys notice, I've been trying not to curse, and I'm really trying not to do that. But the songs I played were a terrible choice. But yeah, that's what's going on. Is like I'm trying to get them to school, get them there safely, and then people are just double, triple parked. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go cut through the back of the school. I'm gonna pull up this block, boom, double park my car here, and not the worst place because the way they were double parked, they were double parking, triple parking people already trying to leave, and then people's driveways. And like, imagine you're trying to get to work and some assholes double parked in front of your driveway. You're gonna feel away. And then that's like an everyday thing for the whole school year. Oh, hell no, you're gonna feel away. So I'm like, we made it. All right, cool. I go bust a right. There's a lady in front of me, and she just short stops. And I'm like, all right, there's a line. Okay, whatever. I'm looking at the first guy trying to make the turn, and he's not making a turn. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I'm looking at better. I'm like, all these cars, they're not pulled over to the far right of the road to double park. They are just in the middle of the road double parked. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So the lady that double parked in front of me, I'm like moving my car because then I noticed it and she's looking at me. I'm like, yo, bitch. There it goes. I don't think that counts as a curse. I was like, hey, yo, Trick. I was like, you don't know how to use your blinkers? I'm like, you have blinkers. Like, yo, put your hazards on. And that lets me know, hey, you're double parked. And I'm like, oh, everybody's double parked. I'll go around. So I was tight. And I could hear my little man like, mom. And I'm like, but the music is going on. So I'm like, okay. So she's looking at me like disgusted. And I'm like, you're an asshole. I'm like, you are such a pain in the butt right now. I'm cursing and not cursing at the same time. It's annoying. But I'm like, yo, I go around, I bust the right, and then the school's right there. I found a nice, easy double park spot where I'm not in somebody's way and everybody can maneuver around me. I get my little man out the car, walk him across the street. People are, like I said, jerks. Drop the kid off, try to take off speeding. And I'm like, yo, fam, like, what if this is like your kid and you're over here like, I got to get out of here. I got to get to work now. I'm like, all right. Get him across. Give him his supplies. Because, you know, they make you like bring like, hey, bring paper towel and like things that I could buy myself, but to the school that they never use. So it's like, okay. Now, I'm watching him walk to the door so he could get into the school. I'm ready to put my car in drive. And right the minute I put my car in drive to like get ready to go to work, the same person that was in the car that short stopped and didn't put her hazard lights is now walking in front of my car where I just put my car in drive. So I lose it. I call her all kinds of B's and all the kinds of C's. And like kids are just taking notes. They're like, oh my God, I gotta use that at the playground today. And she's like, I know who his father is. I was like, ooh. I'm like, I know him too. I'm like, what's the problem? And I'm like, I can't wait to tell him how stupid you are. Like, she thought that her mentioning my brother was like, oh, I know who his dad is. Ooh, my God. Oh, my. Lady, I ain't been scared of my big brother since forever. Since forever. I have not been scared of my brother. So I was like, I don't know who you think you're talking to. I was like, I don't think you even know there's a size difference. I'm way bigger than my older brother. All right. I'll wash you and him. So she's like, oh, like, like taken back. And then I'm looking and I saw my little man was walking back and he was like, I left my phone. He was like, that's such and such as mom. I was like, yo, don't worry about it. What me and this person are going through is whatever we're going through. Y'all gonna be cool, all right? I was like, you're not gonna talk for a day or two, but y'all gonna be cool. Don't worry about that. So I was like, so you don't know how to drive and walk. How are you allowed to maneuver through life? And I'm just going back and forth. And she was like, getting ready to call. I was like, I'll call him too. I was like, I don't care. So yeah. Bad representation of my family name when I'm out in the world. Because I'm very too quick. I'm very too quick to be like, all right, I'm very rude. I'm very quick with the responses, the sarcasms. I am a terrible, terrible person. So I looked at my little man, put my car back in double park, walked across the street. I was like, don't be like me. All right. Have more patience, more control. Because there's something in me that just doesn't like people. I'm like, I don't like people. So that's how he started his second day of school, watching me curse out his friend's mom. And I'm like, yeah, poor representation. Poor representation. So yeah. What else I have on my docket? Kind of in the same vein. I am thoughtful. I know you would be like, you're thoughtful? Yeah. I am thoughtful. I am considerate. So last week I was getting a gift for a person and I was like, hey, this gift right here, we'd be like, oh, look, I got you this. I thought about you here. Before any of that can transpire, it just went to shit. All right. And I'm like, hey, that's life. Things happen. So I was already angry at this package that I ordered because it was supposed to be delivered same day. And me, my first world problems, I'm like, how could they not deliver the package in the same day? I'm like, it says it. It's an option. I pay for this. Same day delivery. You know when it gets delivered 5 days later. So I'm like livid with Amazon. I'm like, hey, yo, y'all said there was this. I can't cancel it. You won't give me my money back until the package is delivered. I'm like, it's set delivered in 4 hours. You guys took a whole extra 5 days and 4 hours to deliver this package that never came. I'm like, I'm tight. So they was like, how can we make it up to you? And I'm like, give me my money back and give me some more. And I was like, all right, no problem. I was like, I don't want to return this. That's the whole point why I'm trying to like cancel it. I don't even want to see this package in front of my face. I was like tight. And I'm like, all right. Have the package now. There's like, you know what? You could just keep it. Don't worry about it. We refund you. I was like, I don't want the package. I was like, that's what you guys aren't getting. I don't want the package. I don't want it. Get this shit out of here. So I went to the channels like, hey man, do you guys want this? Do you guys want this? Do you guys want this? Nobody wanted the damn thing. So I was like, okay. And because it's just so specific, it was like, all right, it was really designed for one person to have and enjoy. I was like, okay. I ended up just giving it to a homeless person. I was like, hey man, diabetes in a box, here you go. He was like, thank you very much. I haven't eaten in weeks. I was like, that's gonna hold you for a while, buddy. So I started thinking, I was like, damn, I complained a lot about this package. I was angry at this package, and the package didn't even do anything wrong to me. It's besides try to bring me a little bit of joy from ordering it with my monies. But so I started thinking like, damn, all the work that goes into a package being delivered is a lot. I was like, yo, I put in an order from my bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh, that'll be nice. Let me just go get this. Bing, into the Ethernet. I don't know what it is. Into the interweb, whatever that shit is called. And I'm like, okay. Went to sleep. And then was mad when I woke up. I was like, oh, package is arriving later. I was like, how dare they? How dare they? Not me thinking like, hey, if something was going to be delivered in 4 hours, that means that shit went ping to somebody's phone or their laptop, their work laptop. It's like, oh man, we got an order. All right, let's go place this. All right, let's go. Hopefully they get their package. Not thinking of all the things that can transpire during the delivery. I was like, yo, package. All right, scan it, put it away. Got it. Where was the package originally at? Texas. Okay, what are they going to do? They're probably going to fly it over. Cool. I was like, then somebody that sometimes like me when I wake up in the morning, got up, I got to go to work. I don't want to go to work, but I got to go to work. I got shit to do. All right, let's go. Let's get this money. Let's go. Commute for about 2 hours because it's Texas. Commute for about 2 hours, get stuck in traffic. You're watching bulls, greenery, sand. I've never been to Texas. I don't know what the hell is that Texas. I'm like, I don't know, like the Illuminati. I don't know what's that Texas. All right. But like they're just watching it. The Undertaker. Like, is this Death Valley? Yes, it is. So driving to work, get there. Hey, this package is scanning right. Hold up, let's give it some time. But we have to move it because it has to be here in a few hours. How is it gonna go from Texas to New York in a few hours? You tell me. But okay, I digress. So this poor guy had to get up, take himself to work, scan the package, not working. All right, let's go move it over here. All right, we're gonna move it over here. All right, it's working now. Let's get it on the plane. Oh, we missed the plane flight. Shit. All right, we send the email, but we're gonna try to get it. All right, what's our next best alternative? We're going to ship the package via van or freighter. All right, cool. I don't know if trucks make that noise, but this is just my imagination if you guys can't tell yet. And guess what? Driving on this beautiful day. I'm going to go deliver all these packages to make all these people happy because we make America go. And somebody short stops the truck. Trailer slides to the side. Starts tumbling. You ever seen a Fast and the Furious movie? Yeah, like this trailer has just now killed 5 people. And they're like, all right, can we take the packages out the back of the trailer? No, it might be evidence. The packages didn't hurt nobody. The trailer did. All right, you got a deal. Take everything out. Okay. Now the package that I just ordered is responsible for taking 5 lives, but I don't know that because it's still en route and I'm still in my house. Like, where the fuck is my package? I want my refund. Now another person that doesn't want to do their job takes the package, scans it, and now they're trying to move it. They're trying to shuffle it out the way, trying not to cross the yellow tape and not enter the crime scene and all these things just to take it back to another facility, scan it, and they're like, all right, let's try to send it out again. What's another way? And oh, we can do this by air again. Okay, cool. Next thing you know, I just find out my package is Richie Valens. The guy shuffling through his Spotify like, oh man, La Bamba's coming on. Oh man, I haven't heard that shit in ages. Flying. Guess what? A bunch of geese hit the fucking engine. It goes down. And guess what? My package survives. Now it finally gets to the place. Now they're starting to see my angry emails. I'm like, hey man, where the fuck is my package? You guys promised me this. Why isn't it here? I don't want it. Just send me the thing. Blah, 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 blah. All right. They're like, we're going to get him his package. And I'm like, you motherfuckers, just give me my money. So they finally makes it to New York after all this tragedy and shit like that. But it's not in the right New York. It's still in like Albany. And I'm like, if it was coming from the south, why would it go far north? That doesn't make any sense. But you know, Amazon. And now there's like, this package has been delayed for so long, so we're going to drive it. Cool. Guys in his little Prius driving down from Albany to the city to go drop off my package. Along the way, the car overheats. Bunch of batteries. It's hot out there. It happens. Catches on fire. But he was able to salvage my package. And then he's like, fuck it. This package has been delayed so long that I'm going to get it to him. So he starts Forrest Gumping it, running it. He's just running it like, all right, I'm going to get him his package, get him his package. Finally gets to Queens, gets mugged, but they don't take the package. He was like, you guys could do anything but not take the package. You guys going to have my package. Everybody's like, hey, yo, you could just give us your wallet, bro. And then still trooping it, gets to my house, delivers the package on the stoop, takes a picture, and while he's walking away, he notices cancel, refund. I don't even have no buttons to hit for that. That's just how it happened. The minute it touched my stoop and I saw it on my Ring camera, I canceled that shit. And I know he must have been like, motherfucker. That's life, man. I didn't want it to begin with. I don't know why you guys had to deliver it. That was a waste of resources if you ask me. So you guys could like go jump at Amazon for that one. But I'm like, yo, I did not want this package anymore. I was like, shit. Speaking of package, terrible segue. I have a I have a homegirl at my job. And everybody at the job tells her, like, hey, when are you two guys going to get together? When are you two guys going to get together? Hey, you guys should get together. I think you guys would be adorable together. And I'm like, she only wants me for my citizenship. So everybody laughs. And I'm like, I'm being dead serious. She only wants me for my citizenship. But she's very high maintenance. She's very high maintenance. She has standards. She has goals and things like that. She was like, if a man wants to take me out and we get to the car, he has to open the door. Relax. First of all, that door doesn't even open. You got to go through the back door and then jump over the seat to get to the passenger seat. Like, first of all, shit. But yeah. They tell this girl all the time, like, oh man, you guys should get together. I'm like, it's the worst thing. It don't ever happen. But it was like mad fucking funny because I think at one point, not on some like, hey, I'm trying to court you shit. I was like, hey, I'm going to the movie theaters. Would you like to come? And she's like, hell yeah. What movie are you going to watch? Mad excited for no reason. I was like, I'm going to go watch this movie. I can't remember the movie. She was like, I'll go. Cool. I was like, it's cheaper if we go to the actual movie theater than buy them online because then we don't get hit with a booking fee. She was like, I'm down, whatever. And thank you. One ticket. And she's like, you only bought one ticket? Yeah. But you said we were going to the movies. We did. You came in your own car, right? She's like, yeah. So we're at the movies. But you didn't pay for my ticket. I never agreed to pay for your ticket. She was like, how are you going to tell me to come to the movies and not pay for my ticket? I was like, I never formally said, hey, do you want to go to the movies together? I said, I'm going to the movies. You should probably come. You should. You don't have to. So she like made a whole thing. She was like, so if you're not getting me my ticket, are you at least getting me my popcorn, my snack, my hot dog? I was like, I got the glizz if you want. And she was like, no, like, are you really getting me? Like, are you feeding me? And I'm like, why would I? She was like, because you invited me out. I was like, no. I said, would you? Would you? I was like, I didn't say you should. I said, would you? I was like, I'm not getting this. Also, we're coworkers. So why do I have to pay for your stuff? We're just coworkers. We're going as two associates that work for a company to this one facility to go watch a movie that we may or may not like. So ever since then, it's been like, no, I would never go out with you because you don't believe in paying on the first date. I was like, first of all, it wasn't a date. It wasn't a date. So ever since then, I fuck with her. And I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna go here. You wanna come with me? She was like, are you gonna pay? Are you gonna pay? And I'm like, no. So that just sends her through the roof. But a lot of the girls know. A lot of the girls know. Like, I fuck around sometimes. So what I was really gonna do, I was waiting for that response, but her response was a little bit too real. It was a little bit too like, all right, this is what I deserve. I'm like, all right, calm the hell down. Because if she just made the attempt, like, all right, I'll just buy my own ticket. I was like, nah, I got you. I'll pay for your ticket. It's the idea of an attempt. I like the idea of an attempt. You know how many times I go out with people and they be like, when the bill comes, I'm like, especially like people that are your friends. Like sometimes when that bill comes, they be like, I'm like, are we not splitting this? Like, are we on a date? Like, what the fuck is happening here? But I like the attempt. The attempt. If you do an attempt with me, all right, cool. I'll pay for the shit. I don't care. But she never got to that portion. Now I'm boring you guys with all this information because it leads to something. Now, what happened was I had a dream about her. Not a wet one, just a dream. Everybody always assumes it's sexual. It wasn't sexual, all right? She was just a door maid in my dream. She's like, oh, can I help you? How are you doing, sir, on this good day? And she let me in through the door. Like, that's all it was. But let me stop fucking around. I had a dream, and it was weird. It came really out of the blue. That me and her went on a date. And I was like, okay. So we go to a movie. Kind of it's kind of seems like it was supposed to be what was supposed to happen that day, but it didn't go that way. So what happened was, all right, we go to a movie. We wanted to go watch. I wanted to go watch Weapons. So in my mind is crazy. My brain is actually, we're in the movie theaters watching a movie about weapons, and it made up a whole scenario of a movie that I never seen. But I'm over here talking to her in the movie theater and blah blah blah. And she paid for my ticket, paid for my food, and we went out to eat and all this shit. And we're walking to the car. She opens my door. Passenger princess is what I am. And I'm telling her all this, and I can just see the disgust on her face. She's like, why would I do that? That's a dream to you? She's like, that sounds like a fucking nightmare. And I'm like, that's the dream. That's the American dream right there. And she's just like getting livid with it. So I'm telling this story to her, and she's like getting mad about it. But my homegirl in the back is listening to it. She's dying. And she's like, oh my God. She's like adding fuel to the fire. She's like, that sounds so romantic. You guys should do that. You guys make such a cute couple. And I start laughing because I know that's the last thing she wants to hear. She doesn't want to hear that, oh my God, we'll make a cute couple. She wants to hear, pay for my shit. Pay for my shit. So she's hearing this. I was like, yeah, man. After the date, you walked me to my door. And then you gave me like a little peck in the cheek. And I was like, oh my God, this is the best day ever. I wrote in my journal. I was like, yeah. And she's like, are you the girl in this situation? I was like, I don't know. Dreams are weird, man. Dreams are weird. I was like, you interpret it however you want to interpret it. Maybe you're just the strong female alpha type in this dream. She ain't like that answer either. So I was like, all right. But it was just too funny because I was like, that's a little bad bitch in that dream. But it was just the fact that she was just getting so irritated. And she's like, that would never be me in a million years. And I was like, look, all I'm saying is that you wined and dined me and you held the 69. She's like, we did what? I was like, held. I mean, you didn't attempt it. I'm not that kind of person. All right. I don't give it up on the first date. All right. Text me later that day. I'll pull up. So it's like a date and a half. But yeah, I don't do that. I'm a gentleman. So yeah, that's pretty much sums up what happened this week. Not much, but something. So yeah. So I think right now at this point, I want to take us to the movie review section. And in this week's movie review section, I'm taking it back to 1999. No, I think it's really 1997. I'm talking about the movie Spawn, the comic book DC movie Spawn with Michael Jai White and Johnny Leguizamo. Those are the only two famous actors in that movie. I can't remember Shorty's name. She was a cutie, but she's not known for her name. And everybody else is like, meh. So this movie, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's on YouTube right now. It's about a killer merc with no morality that works for this company, killing people. Pretty much simple. So works for this company, and this whole time he's working for this company, the company's doing the bidding of a devious character, like a demon, or I would assume he's a demon by the name of the Violator. But he doesn't go up like he doesn't typically like, I'm the Violator. He has like some other name like Belomedes or some shit. So in the beginning scene, the Violator is talking to this guy named Win, and he's like the owner or he's like the CEO of this company called A6, and he's the one that does all the side missions where they like do shit that they're not supposed to do. Now they're talking about Simmons, which ends up becoming Spawn later, and he's like, "Oh man, Simmons gets the job done. He's the best killer." He's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna need your man's back, and then don't worry about that. He's gonna be my captain in hell." Cool. The guy's like, "Whatever, as long as you keep the politics and this and that, we're good." So fast forward a little bit more. Simmons goes to his last job because he's telling him like he didn't appreciate the last job that he did because he killed innocent people. So he wants to clean his ledger of red blood and just exit out the game. So the guy's like, "All right, you could do that, but you got one more job to do." So he pulls up to the job and he notices it's kind of easy. That's because the boss and his hitter, Priest, already wiped out the factory that he's supposed to go invade and do whatever he's supposed to do. I lost focus on that part. Gets there, he notices, all right, the guards are dead and there's C4 planted everywhere. So he sees his boss and he's like, "Hey, yo, what's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna kill you." And he's like, "No, you're not." And then the boss's shooter shoots him in the leg. And now he's like, "All right, I'm down, I'm hurt, owie." And before they get to off him, they douse him in like some kind of green liquid. I would have said gasoline, but it was something green, something highly flammable. And they go, "All right, this is your last mission. Thank you for your time, but we're going to kill you now." And they just set him on fire, right? Set him on fire, and he does the dramatic. He's like, "Wanda!" And then the factory blows up really fast. So as an adult watching this, I'm like, hey, that blew up way too fast. That blew up way too fast. Like there wasn't enough time for him to catch on fire and then die from his fire wounds, and then the factory exploded. He literally caught on fire, "Wanda!" And I'm like, that's not enough time for those people to run out of here, get on a plane, get away. Just get away, because the factory they're blowing up has chemical agents that releases a virus and makes people really fucking sick, and they're going to try to find a way to weaponize it. So, yeah, one great right there. There's more, but that's just one. So he dies, he goes to hell, he's naked, and he's like, "Hey, the devil," great CGI for its time. Great CGI for its time. Guys, I'm letting you know, at that time, 1997, the best CGI that you can see. The only terrible CGI point was there was a guy that looked like he's supposed to be the devil, but I don't think he was the devil, but he looked like a chihuahua that was angry. So he just has his teeth showing, but his mouth isn't moving, but there's words coming out of his mouth. He's like very like still faced, and he was like, "I told you, get me him so he could control my army in hell." But his mouth isn't moving. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I could deal with that. But just great effects for the time. His suit, John Leguizamo, his character, fire. His cape, fire. So you could tell like they put a lot of, there's something about, you know what it is? There's something about that special effects back in the day that's way better than what we have now. So it's like, okay. But let me move forward. Comes back from hell. The devil's cheap. The devil's cheap as hell. No pun intended. But comes back from hell. You would think like, hey, this is gonna be my hitter. This is gonna be the guy that runs my army. Let me put him somewhere nice. No, he doesn't. He fucking throws him in the worst, disgusting alley with his skin still molten because he's forming necro armor, which is his suit that he wears. So throws him in the disgusting alley with the worst clothes. He's wearing the Derelict collection, and he's just like in constant pain because he doesn't know what's happening to his body. So I'm like watching this. I'm like, this is all fucking terrible. This is all terrible. So as I'm watching this, he's looking for a place to stay there. He doesn't choose to leave the alley. He just stays in the alley with all the homeless people eating their food. Not really eating. He doesn't really eat. But he's in their alley taking up real estate when he could clearly go somewhere else, because I'm pretty sure the devil has money to take care of him. So he gets to the roof in this sweet location, right? He gets the sweet location. But before I get there, the sweet location that he gets, he secures. And then he's like, all right, I got to go get my revenge on the person that killed me. But before I do that, I have to make a stop and go to work. he still has credentials to get into the building. And he goes to the armory, picks up a bunch of rifles, weapons, pistols, grenades, rocket launchers, all this stuff. And he takes it back to the lair. Okay. The place that he finds in the alley was the size of a New York studio apartment. The homeless people that lived in the alley, that are just living under tents and shit like that, they never found that place. Lazy work ethic. But instead of like going and like, I'll sleep here. No, he doesn't do that. He stores all his guns in this nice Harry Potter style closet. And then he just does whatever he does, whatever Spawn does. Now, after he puts his guns away, he's like, all right, now I'm going to seek revenge. And he goes after Wynn and his hitter, Priest. Those are the two that killed him. So he shows up in this awesome outfit. His armor finally came in, and he's just being taught, like, you have power, but you don't know how to use it yet, but we'll get there. Blah. He jumps the gun, gets to the facility, and he tries to kill him. And he has to like announce who he is. He's like, hey, do you remember me? Son, it's been 5 years. He doesn't remember who you are. He's like, it's me, Simmons. And he's like, oh shit, Simmons is alive. And then Priest comes out and she's like, who the fuck is that guy? That's Simmons. Can't be. He's dead. All right. It's also been 5 years. But I'm like, okay. He gets hit up. And what makes his armor great, so he can heal. It can take damage, it can heal. And then he can self-heal himself, but he doesn't know that till later. He has necro armor, or they call it G6 lethal, if I can remember that correctly. Something lethal, G7 lethal, G6 lethal. But it's a symbiote that helps him, and it helps him with everything. And in the movie, they put like a corny cap on him. Like, oh, if you run out of power, you die. No. His armor is powered by the fuel of hell, by the energy, the aura of hell. As long as there's a hell, he has power. He is never going to run out of power because people go to hell every day. It's always busy. It's not hard to get in. There's no line. He's like, oh shit, I'm in hell. So that's what made his armor crazy. And then we get introduced that his cape is fire. His cape is it's his own thing. It's his own entity. It just helps him. So like I remember hearing something like, "Hey, do you know that his cape, like if he were to walk past you and you were getting the line of his cape will cut you to 1,000,000 pieces and you would die very horribly." I was like, that sounds terrible. Who would write that? So back to the movie. Kills Priest, informs him, and then he runs down on his homeboy Terry. He finds out that Terry's been knocking his wife or his ex-wife. Like soon as homeboy died, he was like, you know what I should do to honor Simmons? I'm going to go fuck his wife and give him a baby. And everybody was like, great writing. Which led me to another rabbit hole. I was like, hey, if I was married, would I want my best friend to get with my wife after I died? The answer is no. No, leave her miserable. It's pretty simple, right? No. Just as lonely as I am in my grave is how I want her to be lonely in life and just continue on. I need her to know that I'm the only happiness that she has in life. All right. I know it says till death do us part, but no. That's a suggestion. It's a suggestion. Like, don't be clapping my wife and be like, yeah, he really would have wanted this. No, I wouldn't. I want her to still be mourning me. I don't care if it's 20 years later. Like, he was such a good person. He was the best. That's what I want. All right. I want my wife to know when I die, you can't turn on the Netflix that day. All right. After my death, you just can't be like, all right, what's on the tube? No, I need you to fucking cry. But yeah, his man's is grimy. He was like, do you know about Cheyenne? He's like, you had a kid with my wife, you dick? That's the worst friend. The worst. He would have died 1,000 times. He would have went through the fucking Cape mad times. I would have brought him back to life and killed him again. But yeah. From there, we get to Johnny Legs' character. He's been around in the homie, but I'm just bringing him up now. Johnny Legs' character is crazy, bro. I like his character. So his name is the Violator. I would have went with a better name. But he's this little short, fat, stubby dude. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. And he's like, he has all this power, but you wouldn't think he had this power. The reason I knew he had power because in the beginning entrance, he was like, hey, man, I want him. Go get me him, blah, 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 blah. And the guy's like, well, I want you to keep the government off my back. And he was like, all right, no problem. And I'm like, how scary of a real individual is he that he has governments in his pockets? I know he's like from hell and he could do shit, but still, you see some little fat, stubby motherfucker with paint coming in his face. He's like, hey, I need you to do me a favor. Like, if you don't get your big ass the fuck out my closet, but then it's like, hey, he turns into the monster. So then it's like, all right, it kind of answers itself, but it was just very entertaining. Like, all right, okay. So you get John Leguizamo, and he's fat for a reason. It's because he contains his whole body inside of his stomach. So when he transforms, he gets skinny, and then you see everything start coming out, and it's amazing CGI for what I'm telling you. So Johnny Legs killed it. He killed it. He killed that role. I love that role that he did. He was the person that was in the alley. Another dude in the alley that can have as much money as he wants to, whatever he wants. He's in the alley. He's over there eating the homeless people's food. At one point, he picks up a pizza out the trash can, and it's covered in maggots. And he's like, disgusting. There's an anchovy on it. And then he chews on it, and then you can hear the maggots screaming. So, killed it. His character was cool. He was very bitter and upset. He was like, yo, why are you looking at this dude for? I'm the person that you want. I'm the guy that you should be. Hey, we want you to run the army. But he was like, nah, that's a dub. Now, the one thing about his character is that he gets big, gigantic. He fucks Spawn up. So he moves fast and he's bulletproof. My one gripe was he's not dog proof. He got bit by a little Shih Tzu, and then you can see the Shih Tzu's tearing the skin off his shin. And I was like, wait, what? But he just mag dumped him, and he's just like, all right, I'm fine. So I'm like, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. So Johnny Legs' character is in the picture now, beats up Spawn, and he was like, all right, yo, if you're not going to fulfill your dream and run Hell's Army, because he magically found out in that interaction that he had him killed. He had Wynn kill him so he could run the army and blah, 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 blah. And Wynn also found that, like, all right, you had me kill him so he could kill me. So it goes to this whole elaborate fight. And in the middle of the fight, between the fight, while this is going on, and he's trying to figure out, like, all right, how to control his powers and shit like that. Wynn is having open heart surgery to connect the device to his heart that triggers bombs, that lets the virus loose out in the world and kills people, right? So those are the safety plans. So he gets him like, hey, if you don't kill this dude and run Hell's Army, I'm going to go kill your wife and her family. So he gets up. He's like, I got to go stop him. Chases, and they have this fire chase. It's fire chase. So it's like the Violator, a.k.a. Johnny Legs, is like in a garbage truck or like a gas tanker filled with like oil. And Spawn's like on a motorcycle, and he's trying to get them and blah, blah, blah. They have this cool chase. Now, what I noticed in the chase scene, it was also pointed out by another podcast, but it was very interesting because I had to watch it. So in the chase scene on the motorcycle, he's like taking off, and Johnny Legs is shooting at him. He's trying to ram him with the truck, and then he just dips off to the side, and then Johnny Legs comes to the side of him, and like they're literally neck and neck, and there's like a bunch of shit to the right of him, like a bunch of debris. So while they're executing this scene, he kind of turns into him, and the guy bounces off the truck onto a gate, and he's fine. But then I notice there's a divider there. Dude who drove right into the divider, whoever the stuntman was, drove right into the divider. I know he hurt the shit out of himself because it cuts to another scene, and now he's magically in front of the truck. And I'm like, no. I want to know what happened there. Like, go back. I need some behind the scenes shit. Like, oh no, he didn't make it. So it's cool. But then gets in front of him. Cool. He lets out the oil, falls. And this is where we start talking about the cape. Because before that, the only time we seen the cape in action was after he shot up Wynn at the party. He didn't really shoot him up, but he killed Priest. He's like climbing the side of the building, and he's using his imagination, and it's like helping him out. Like he was able to climb the side of a building because his hands formed into like some kind of suction cups. So he's going up and up and up and up and up. And then when the helicopter light's about to flash on him, he disappears. His cape camouflaged him into the walls. It's like, oh shit, he's gone. And then he's still, everything he's doing at that time is still reactionary. It's not like he knows what his power is yet. It's just going off of just reflex. So he falls off the building and his cape catches him and it flies him away. So I was like completely defying the dynamics of what a cape does or how anything flies. But that's what happens. Now back to the car chase. Drops him, he falls on his motorcycle. Johnny Legs whips the fucking truck, and now he's like playing chicken with him, and he gets his cape to form like a gigantic shield, and it protects him, and that shit was fire. And then when his cape just chills and is just like floating in the air, kills it. Now we're getting to the end of the movie where Terry is trying to expose the company for what it is. It's to his news lady that kind of looks like Elizabeth Banks, but it's not Elizabeth Banks. So they do all of this. He's like, I'm ready to come clean. I'm going to send you the information of all the things that he's done. And people have to understand, this is 1997. Everything was so, we had dial-up. Everything. All of these noises used to transpire before you would go log onto the internet. So it's not like today. Like if you wanted to send files, like, oh, there goes a file, add it to the email, bing, right away. No, back in the day, like you had to super upload and that shit would take forever. So he's like, I'm sending you the file now as fast as I can. And I see the upload 1%, 2%. I was like, oh shit, it's going to take forever. Now, the thing that my gripe is that he's doing this and his boss just walked in and he sees that he's being betrayed and he loses his cool. So somebody that's the CEO of a company should know how computers work. Oh, the one thing about the computer, somehow it was a touchscreen computer, but touchscreen computers weren't created to 2000, I believe. So I'm like, you guys are ahead of your shit. Now, he sees what's going on, sneaks up on Terry. Terry's like, oh no, what are you doing here? It's too late, buddy. The file's going out now. I'm like, so from all that time, it's like 35%. I'm like, he's going to kill the shit out of Terry. This is me when I first saw it. Like, he's going to kill the shit out of Terry. But he doesn't. What he does is the most idiotic shit I've ever seen. It's the most idiotic shit I ever seen. And I'm watching this now as a grown-up adult. And I'm like, hey, you'll never get the files out. Shoots the monitor. He didn't shoot the tower. He shot the monitor. He was like, that's it. I thwarted your plans. No, you didn't. It's still going in the background, sir. There's just not a screen anymore, but it's still going to upload. It's still uploading through your whole evil villain monologue. It's like, it's at 60% now. And I'm watching this and I'm like, this is some real Zoolander shit. The files are in the computer. I'm like, yo, fam, you just shot the screen. That's all you did. All you did was shoot the screen. You didn't shoot nothing else. You were better just shooting him. I'm like, all right, let's power off. Like, power the computer off. So it was funny. And then they set up for Spawn. Spawn finally gets there and he sees that the family's tied up and he has Wanda and some weird shit. And then Wynn's like, all right, you're not going to listen to us. You're not going to run Spawn, so I'm going to kill your wife. He kills the wife, but it's not the wife. It's really the violator. But he doesn't know that yet. So he's beating the dog shit out of Wynn. Throws him through a door. And through these doors is Cyan, the little girl, and Terry, the bitch. And Wynn's like, if you can't kill me. This thing's connected to my heart. It'll kill the world. He's like, I don't care. You just killed the only person I love. And he was like, wait, if you kill me, you kill her. And I was like, I don't think that would have worked to me. I was like, you think I give a fuck about their love, baby? Hell no. So he stops it and he's like, all right, I'm not going to kill you. He does like an x-ray scan in this guy's chest. And I'm pretty sure that guy now has cancer if he survived that shit. Because he was just like, like Superman. There's a Superman joke that's like, hey, it's a Family Guy clip where Superman's working at the office and all the girls are crying. He's like, hey, what's going on? And he was like, we all have breast cancer because we went to the doctor and they said it's like somebody x-rayed our breast 150 times a day. He's like, oh shit. And I'm like, it's because he has x-ray vision, that horn dog. So watching this, I thought the same shit. I was like, dang, he probably just gave him mad radiation cancer with the x-ray. So he sees the device that's connected to his heart. He's like, I'm going to take it now. Now, this could be a Mandela effect. In the one that I saw when I was younger, he takes the device and he puts it on his own heart. And I'm like, kind of weird, but he's never going to die, so they're never going to worry about that. No. And this one that I saw with new eyes, he just destroys it. He takes it from out of his heart and it's connected to his heart. So the minute it loses connection, it sets off the bombs and it goes everywhere. So he just, and I'm like, that's the end of the movie. He lost. He lost. Where's the explosion? Where is everybody not dying? Why is nobody dying? And there was like plot armor. I'm like, you motherfuckers. He's like, it's handled now. We don't have to worry about it. Yeah, you should. It was connected to his heart. It lost signal. The plan goes into play. The program kicks in 60 seconds. And I'm like, I hate y'all. I hate y'all so much. There's some nigga named Nosferatu comes in, or Calargia or whatever his name, and he's like the original Spawn, and he has a hand for a knife. He might be Puerto Rican. And then he goes over there to fight John Leguizamo's character, the Violator, to end up in hell. He ends up subduing their army, taking their power, going back to Earth, fighting the Violator, turning his head into a fucking chainsaw. There's an anime now. And then that's the end of the movie. It's not a happy ending. He's still by himself. It's just his ex-wife is happy with another man and a baby. But if you want to watch all that fun stuff, it's on YouTube. Did I miss any points? Let me check. Johnny Langs. Oh, Priest was a baddie, and she's the first girl I ever seen with a shiesty, or the first person I ever seen with a shiesty. Knocking boots, car chase. Yeah, that's everything. So, if you guys are interested in watching that movie after this awesome review I just gave you, and I'm pretty sure it's another 20 minutes. I think I've been going crazy with the reviews lately. You guys should definitely tune in. So we're going to go into the next section of the show.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
I don't know where I want to start. I don't know where I want to start. We're going to start a Young Thug. Allegedly snitching. We think he's snitching. Because of him, with all these snitching allegations since Gunna, Atlanta has now been dubbed Ratlanta. So, muy bueno for you. That was the whole point of the mix, if you guys didn't get. The whole point of the mix was somebody that's not a rat versus a guy that rats. All right, so Tekashi 6ix9ine is a rat. Does he have a right to rat? Yes, he did, but then no, he didn't. All right, you took advantage of a situation, but they took way more advantage of you, kidnapped you, and fucked your baby moms. No. If any time you can rat, it's when that happens. But yeah, they gave Tekashi so much shit for being a rat. And then they gave Gunna so much shit for being a rat. And here you go, Young Thug. We're hearing the audio surveillance of him on the phones, talking to people, ratting, talking bad about people. And I said this since when he beat his case. I said the first thing Young Thug should do is just leave hip-hop. Leave America. You don't got to be here, brother. They're trying to put you away for 20 years. Off of whatever attempt they can to put you away for 20 years. That's crazy. They're looking for you to look the wrong way. Like, there it goes. Go finish out the remainder of your sentence. I wouldn't be here. I would be in Bali with fucking weird ass Russell Simmons, allegedly. So, yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So all the allegations are coming out. They start talking. And the reason I brought up 21 Savage is because he has there's audio tapes of him and 21 talking, and 21 is genuinely a real ass friend when it comes to this situation, because he was trying to figure out, like, yo, why are you mad at this dude if he's still bringing you in money? And he was like, nah, because he's a rat and I could have went away. And I get the point of the rat situation with Gunna, because they was like, all right, you told, and the whole thing was like, well, that information wasn't used. I was like, it doesn't matter, because what if they used the information? But I never got street vibes from Gunna, so I don't know why he was even involved to begin with. So yeah. Now, you got this dude mad that this guy snitched, and the whole time he's talking to 21, and he's telling 21, like, hey, I want to do a song dissing Gunna. Are you down? He's like, I don't care. I'm down. You want me to diss him? We could diss him. He's like, but what are you mad at Gunner about? Because he snitched. I was like, 12 other people took the deal? He's like, yeah, I heard 12 other people took the deal. You know, one of the 12 besides him was your brother? Nah, he ain't take the deal. Fam, your brother's out here in the street telling us he took the deal. Nah. And I'm like, okay. And then you just keep hearing more and more and more information come out. And it's like crazy. Let me see if I have any save clips of it. All right, so I found some clips. And this is him talking to
But this what he did. He made, which they still gotta prove the shit though, which I don't think they gonna ever be able to prove because it's just not a game. He gave the jurors the agreement that it's a game. He said YSL is a game, and he know people in this on this trial who committed crimes in furtherance of the game. That means you did it.
Wild.
You saying, you see what I'm saying? You don't know nobody on this case.
Yeah.
That's a lie. That's a full
That's
blown
21.
lie. I know individuals on this case that committed crimes in furtherance of the game. Like you committed just so you can say slime big. Like that's real. That's what Rico is. That's Rico. So if a nigga get found guilty on Rico, nigga, you really you got a nigga lights up, nigga.
Yeah.
And you are 100% lying. You don't know nobody on the case. I ain't ever committed no crime. Duke ain't committed no crime. Yak ain't committed no crime. Them the only 3 people you know on this case. Ain't now one of them committed no crime. So who the fuck is you talking about? A month later, he called the police in the mall.
What?
Hey man, I see the man who killed my friend in the mall.
He was running out with this audio.
So line them up and everything.
Yes, he came in the store, pulled the gun out, told the nigga get on the ground. Like, man, fuck nigga, get on the ground.
That's what P did?
Yes.
I think this is what about Dirk here.
To the nigga.
He put the gun on the nigga so the nigga didn't leave.
All right, that's one of them. So.
I don't know though. Like, man, but you seen your brother, P?
Most definitely.
He talked about his brother.
But he said you told him to do that.
Man, watch out.
Man, oh God, that's what he telling the street.
Man, oh God,
that's what we just said. He said his brother snitched on him too. But you mad at Gunner? Your own brother snitched on you and you was facing life. That's some crazy shit. And here goes another clip.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
Promises. Make promises. Just we'll keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever think you want to know anything, tell me. I'm telling you anything. But don't tell the world.
What's your number?
Yes, you can.
Hey.
I don't have your number.
Well,
give it to me. If you ain't going to have your...
So, yeah. You're on the tape, buddy. So now for everybody that's going to go, well, the feds did him dirty. They shouldn't have leaked that information. All that information is public information. It was going to come out no matter what. He should have knew that was going to come out. He should have been prepping for that instead of sticking to the idea that Gunner's ratting. So my whole thing was when you make the calls, it tells you, hey, we're recording this shit. Don't talk about everything. So you're supposed to know that. And whether you're in a street organization or not, you have privy to information like this because you studied it clearly and you still didn't abide by any of the laws. Learn not to talk on the phone, not to do any of that stuff. So it was like crazy. So that's my real complaint is that you are out here calling somebody this, but you're making your situation worse. Like if I'm listening to this and I could use any of this information, it's like, okay, we're using this against you. Now, that court trial was terrible. The DA dropped the ball on that one. And now I think they're just looking for any reason to go grab them up and send them away. But that doesn't work if you don't give them the freaking tools to go do it because you almost went away a couple of times. Now, this is street talk. I'm not street. I'm not in the streets. I'm just like everybody else that's talking on this subject from the safety of their own home. The difference is I don't go out into the world portraying something that I'm not. I don't do that. There's no benefit to that for me. So when it comes to these street talks, these street politics, I stay the hell out of it because it has nothing to do with me. Nor is it beneficial for me to even have the conversation. So listening to this, I was like, wow, I have to talk about this because it is news and this is what everybody's talking about. But also, I'm tippy-toeing. He goes, what if he's real? It's the same conversation we had with Diddy. It's like, hey, I could be talking crazy about Diddy, but what if those allegations are true? What if he is a monster? What if he's a goon and I'm over here yapping my gums, bumping my gums away like, hey, this is how I feel about this. And he could just send somebody whenever he wants. And like nobody would believe. He could break out of jail for the night, come to my crib, slap me in the face with a hand covered in baby oil, and he'll be like, nobody will ever believe you, bitch. And then go back to jail. And I could be like, Diddy came to my house and slapped. How? He's there in Brooklyn Corrections. How could he? And then I'm going to be looking dumb as hell. So when it comes to these straight talks, I really try to avoid them. But this is a teachable moment for the youth that not everybody stand up. All right. Just because they tell you somebody stand up, like, oh, he's a stand-up guy, doesn't mean there's a fucking stand-up guy. At the end of the day, when it comes down to people will save themselves and leave you to go ride. So, yeah. But let's see what else I got. Oh, also, there was a feature talk. See, when Kendrick, I say I'm rolling back to Kendrick and Drake. When Kendrick and Drake were beefing, Thug heard that Kendrick was working on an album, so he asked for it to be a feature of a song. So everybody was like, no. I was like, okay. But there was a line in Squabble Up that we were like, hey, who is that directed to? Like, there was a line on it. It was like, yo, who is he talking about in that? I'm like, we couldn't get it. So I was like, okay. So I'm like, who is he talking about? Like, this line hits different. So let's see if I can find it.
Pipe down, young, think some whole other politics. Bitch with him and some bitch in him, that's a lot of bitch. Don't hit him, he got kids with him, my apologies. Ghetto child, here was Blackie Miles with the Smirnoff. Yee-haw, we outside, boy, they about to kill him off. Blacks on blacks, it's a fact, this a brick or off.
On my Cool J.
If it's fictional, tell me why the fuck you niggas fed if you criminal. Hey, Dot, can I get a drop? I'm like, nigga, no. H-Bone coon from the west side to Senegal. It's a full moon, let the wolves out, I've been a dog.
Yeah. When I heard that, I was like, who the fuck is he talking about? Because he said, pipe down young. And we all thought he misspoke, but we should know better that this man does not misspeak. So he was like, he probably meant to say youngin'. No, he said young. And we were like, oh, okay, whatever. We all brushed it. He's like, he's dissing somebody, but who is he dissing? We all like, damn, this is another shot of Drake, but this kind of Drake bar doesn't make any goddamn sense. And now it's like, oh, the other shoe dropped. I was like, okay. And what makes this thing crazy, like this is about Young Thug and his alleged snitching thing, but it revived Kendrick's album again. Because everybody's going back and listening, like, all right, what did we miss? What else did we miss? What else did we miss? And I'm like, Drake, at the end of the day, is fucking taking another L from this shit. I don't care how many of those streamers that he has on his payroll that are glazing him, that are just slobbing his knob, like, oh my God, he could do no wrong. Fam, that's a dead corpse right now. He has a 2-hour diss song about Kendrick on Iceman. Can you write another banger, sir? I'm starting to hear your phone not ring anymore. So that song's dying down. All right. It's like, shit. You gotta like tighten up. It's crazy, son. And Kendrick hasn't really dropped any new thing. You know what I was listening to the other day? I was listening to everybody talk shit about this one song called Watch the Party Die. And guess what? It still hits. And it's still relevant to this day. That song aged like wine. That song is like, oh, play it now. Now hearing this with new ears, now we're looking for Young Thug bars. It's there. Everything is there, bro. So it's like, y'all was not ready for this man, yo. Why you call that man out? And then how you gonna be like, yo, Kendrick was corny. He should apologize to me and Drake and da-da-da, and then ask for a feature. You look even more crazier for that. You look even more crazier. I'm watching this dude single-handedly destroy his own career. And Atlanta is holding up a carcass right now. It's Weekend at Bernie's right now. They're holding him up, trying to keep Atlanta alive. And Atlanta was mad when we were talking about Atlanta. And there's like, you guys don't have the right to talk about us. We do now. We do now. And the other rat that came out was Tekashi 6ix9ine. And he was like, y'all are awfully quiet. When it came to me, everybody jumped down my throat. Pause. When it came to Gunna, everybody jumped on his back. Pause. And I'm like, now here comes Doug that likes them stuff. I apologize. Don't attack me. But that is like, yo, fam, nobody's saying nothing. Everybody's just quiet. Like nobody wants to talk about it. It's like the elephant in the room. Nobody wants to like even acknowledge that even happened. It's the most craziest thing in the world. And some people are like, he didn't really say anything. That's not all of it. They're slowly walking this dog. They're leaking everything. So he might have won the trial, but they're going to destroy his reputation. Hence me going, go somewhere else. You don't have to be here. You could go somewhere else. All right, let me get out of that subject. I'm not that guy. But 21 is a real person. 21 is his only person that was able to check him and be like, hey, man, you can't be mad at him, but your brother did the same thing. That makes no sense. All right, next thing. Drewski controversy. Fam. What controversy? What controversy? It was funny. It was funny. He wasn't being disrespectful. I think that's the thing that most people that got offended by it. He was like, oh my God, I am so offended, but what is going on right now? How could he do this? How is nobody saying nothing? I'm like, what is he really doing? I found it so entertaining, bro. Not because he was like, oh shit. It's whoever did his makeup. Whoever did his makeup is amazing, bro. The fact that his makeup didn't fade, didn't leak, didn't do anything, he was still as white as hell with tattoos and burn lines. That was crazy. I was like, yo, you guys are focusing. That person is highly underpaid. Drewski, pay that person some more. Let me see if I can find some of the audio.
Here's the love. Here's the honor. If you can't come in her, come on her.
Hey. In the USA. So apparently people are upset. They're like, that's whiteface. There's nothing in that video that was really derogatory towards white people. Y'all be having mullets. Y'all love America. Y'all drink Bud Lights. Y'all like suspenders. What was the offense of this? See, when it came down to blackface, y'all was wild. Like Shorty from the Wizard of Oz, she has a whole performance before she did the movie. And it's like, she did it in blackface. And it's like, you could have just hired a black person. You just didn't want to hire black people because you guys are racist. It's like, we want the look of it, but we don't want them. So what can we do? Get the shoe polish. That's the most craziest thing. But people are like, all right. And I see Theo Von like, hey, I'm going to go get some. I'm going to try this out too. If Theo Von could get the makeup right and just Robert Downey Jr. that shit, I think he should be fine. But if he doesn't, that's a whole different thing. It's if you could pull it off about being offensive. Robert Downey Jr. killed this shit of Tropic Thunder. And that's what everybody was like, that's what I think we could do it. But you have to know how to do it. It's like, how do you know you're not going too over the top? Because some people be going too over the top. The first thing that goes like, where's the chicken? Where's the watermelon? I'm like, yo, fam, like, relax. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? It's like you guys sometimes do the stereotype. Like you guys would do blackface and then go lean heavy into the stereotype. So it's like, oh shit. And it's a negative stereotype. Like him, I'm like, motherfuckers like NASCAR. You're gonna be like, well, motherfuckers like chicken too. I was like, hey yo, an event that everybody likes to watch, like versus, hey, they only eat this one meal. They really love it. So it's like, yeah, that's the difference. But I would like to see if Theo Von's gonna do it. If Theo Von does it, it's gonna be crazy. But as far as the racism, I don't see no racism. And also, black people can't be racist, not against Spanish people, because we do not hold institutions to hold people back. We can be prejudiced, but not racist. Do your fucking Googles. But yeah, that's what they're talking about. Drewski about, and they're really upset over it. I'm like, I didn't see nothing too crazy. He didn't go say, I'm gonna go sleep with my sister, unless I missed it. But yeah. But all right. No, his makeup team is fire. All right. Speaking of taking rights away, the Department of Justice is considering banning transgenders from owning guns. That's wild. That's something we should look into. Like, wait, we could do that? Like, I'm like, I think you guys are like being real picky choosy with that one. Like, oh no, because there's only been a certain group of people that have been doing it for the longest. Going to events, going to places that they shouldn't be and doing that. So yeah, let me see if I can find it.
What I gotta do?
Oh, relax, ho. According to the report, senior Justice Department officials have met several times since last month's deadly Minneapolis Catholic school shooting to discuss potentially banning transgender individuals from owning firearms, according to two sources familiar with the talks. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how crazy that is? What about all the other people that committed the same crimes? What about them? Like, are you taking their guns? Like, we're going to take guns away from straight white males that have heavy Christian backgrounds and live in the South. You guys will fucking face a militia. They would take down the government so fast. It's them trying to take away their guns? Yeah, no, it's not happening. And the best part about this conversation is you and I have Democrats fighting for 2A. For the Second Amendment, they're going to fight it. They're like, no, we should have guns. Guns aren't bad. Why are they only taking guns away from transgenders? So, yeah, getting them to defend that amendment that they don't like so much is fucking entertaining. That's going to be such a shit show. I would like to be a fly in the wall when it goes to Congress and they really do try to pass this off. And they're going to be like, hell no. Hell. We're going to see colorful haired people walking down the streets with their rifles and be like, this is a Second Amendment protected right. So, yeah, get ready for that. They open the floodgate for something else. You're going to be seeing furries with AK-47s walking down the street. And you can't say nothing about it because these cracker-ass crackers, and I mean that to them, not just any white person. But those cracker-ass crackers be over there walking down the streets with their rifles. They're protected by 2A right. I'm like, thank you for protecting the 2A right. But something tells me if you go to the wrong neighborhood, you're ready to let that shit go. So, yeah. Interesting. Like, I don't know what they're looking to accomplish besides stirring up the pot some more. Because that's what you're doing. You're stirring up the pot more. You're like, hey, what can we do to piss them off some more? Let's take away the guns that they don't want. But they don't want them. They're going to want them now once we try to take them away. And the red is just going to look at them like, oh, now you guys care about your Second Amendment. Now you guys care. Okay. So, yeah, it's just entertaining. Like, they might band together and do a march together, Confederate flag and pride flag tied together like the Bloods and Crips. They'd be like, no, you're not taking our guns away. Yes, twin, yes. But I digress. Let's see. What else do I have on my topic? Oh, okay. I see. Left some things out. When it comes to this 2A conversation, I don't want nobody to take their guns, take it away. I just want better mental health background checks. That's all I want. Better mental health background checks. See, I just want them to come every now and then, be like, hey, man, you still sane? Yeah, man, I'm still sane. Prove it. Like, that's all we want. I'm like, I just want that a little bit more because there's too many people that are out there that don't have their shit together. I'm like, you guys sure about this? Like, we should give it to him? Yeah, he's totally fucking fine. It's just God-given right. It's his God-given right. Let him go crazy. No. It reminds me of the Reno 911 skit. He was like, oh man, if you want to get these drugs, you have to choose your verbiage well. You have to be like, I'm thinking about harming myself and others. Oh, it's not harming myself or others, it's and others. That's how we get the point across. So it was like, okay, yeah. But this is gonna be interesting. You guys are gonna be united for the first time ever. Look what this president's doing for y'all. Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny. I think from here I'm gonna go to.
Wait, Jose! Jose, I got to tell you something!
All right, right, guys. All right. I have a doozy. The world would be better without men. Y'all are the complete worst. Huh. That was really mean because you went to a man platform to say that.
Piece of shit.
I don't know what you want from men or the idea to get rid of men. You say what? The world would be better without men. You're fucking absolutely wrong. You're wrong. What do you mean it would be better without men? You would never hear a man really go make that statement unless he's just being an asshole. Because I'm letting you know right now, men do not feel that the world would be better without women. Are you crazy? No. That's just such a dumbass response. The world would be better without men. Who the fuck is getting your food? Who is opening that jar of pickles for you? Huh? Who's helping you get to the thing at the top of the shelf? What are you going to do? You're going to rearrange the whole fucking world and make everything at eye level? You fucking lying pieces of shit. But, yeah. No. You're bugging out. That's such a wild statement. That's like when Peter went to the to the Million Man March. He's like, you guys are the reason for crime. You guys are the reason for drugs. You guys are the reason for this. You guys are the reason for that. And they chased him the fuck out of there. That's exactly what you just did. Like, you really came to my podcast and tried to men bash. You are bugging out. You are wilding out. You chose the right one. Like, you have to run me your criteria of what you would do to pick up the slack of men no longer being on the earth. I'll wait. Like that gym routine, gonna have to change. You're no longer working on your glutes. You're gonna have to work on your arms, your fucking biceps, triceps, all that stuff. Because you're gonna be doing a lot of heavy lifting. Like, there's a lot that comes with what you're asking for. Like inventions, that's another one. So let's see if we can figure out what was that. What are some major accomplishments that women have created? Because of... No, I'm not going to say that. It's going to make me look like a dick. So I just Googled it. Women have invented numerous important and everyday items such as the dishwasher. That's literally the first example, the dishwasher. Which wasn't an original idea because they're technically the original dishwasher, but all right, let's go. The windshield wiper. Not a bad invention. Liquid paper. Doesn't serve no purpose here. Kevlar. Not bad. Computer programming. Of course they did. They have to be in charge of shit. Wireless technology. It just says wireless technology. It doesn't say the technology. It's just wireless technology. A circular saw. Oh, interesting. Fire escape. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good. A fire escape, like when I think about it, when it comes to like safety equipment, guys don't be caring, son. Guys don't be caring. Like the cup was made first before the helmet was. And there was like a huge leap in that, but okay. Coffee filters, don't care. Foot pedal trash cans. That's just more laziness on your side. Home security system. Yeah. You know, sad story, but true story. A woman is responsible for 911. I'll give you guys that one. You guys are responsible for 911 because this lady from Queens was brutally murdered and there was no way to get in contact with the police. So I'll give you that one too. Let's see what else we got. Ada Lovelace. Algorithms, no. Grace Hopper, Rear Admiral. And the U.S. Navy was a pioneer in computer science, creating the first computer compiler in COBOL language. I don't know what that is. Wireless transmission technology. Actress and inventor Hedy Lamarr developed a frequency hopping technique that serves as a biased modern wireless communication, including Wi-Fi and GPS. You get Wi-Fi, but I'm not giving you GPS. A lot of you guys don't have sense of direction in the first place. All right, we heard Kevlar. Stem cell isolation. That sounds like you're killing the babies. Caller ID and call waiting. Y'all had to invent that with y'all nosy asses. Come on. What are we talking about? The windshield wiper. Did I say that already? I don't know. You know what? I just found the best thing you guys created. And it's not the laser cataract surgery. It's not the life raft. It's not the fire escape. It's not even the liquid pedal or the pedal for the liquid paper or the pedal for the trash can. It is the chocolate chip cookie. Ruth Wakefield created the chocolate chip cookie when she unexpectedly ran out of Baker's chocolate and used semi-sweet chocolate bar instead. You know what? That's for you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't know where we would be at. Creating a dishwasher is crazy. Like, hey, we're gonna do something that makes my life easier, and I will no longer be called a dishwasher. You thought, but no. Will the world be better without men? No, I don't think so. I think you guys have a lot to deal with. As I heard, when it comes to you guys, when it comes to like internal shit, y'all are your own worst enemies. Y'all are quick to take each other out. So I don't think the world will survive that long if there was only women left. Now I have an idea because this kind of just brings me to the idea of like when this stupid question came up, like, would you choose the man or the bear? All right. And a lot of girls like, I chose the bear. So I was thinking about doing a TV show called Man or Bear, but we don't let anybody know what's going on. All right. Not even the bear. So what we would do is we're going to ask that same question, but the room gets to split in half. Right. So you answer your question and women be like, oh my God, would I rather be with a man that's across from me in a room? Yuck. Or a bear. Like, where are they going to find the bear at? And then you hit it and you're like, I choose the bear. And when that happens, the room splits apart and the bear comes in. And then it gets to maul you if the bear chooses, because the bear has choices and rights. And it's like, all right, you got to live with your choice. And you can't ask the man for help when you're being attacked. All right. All right. That's part of the deal. All right. It's in the contract. Read your contracts, lady. But I was thinking about starting a show like that. Like, hey, that actually sounds fun. Like, I would actually like to partake in that. So, yeah. Fox News, Tubi, somebody hit me up if you guys want to do that show. I am 100% down for that. So, yeah. Choosing the bear over a dude is crazy. Like, you have to really, like, you really don't think much of men if you're choosing the bear. Like, oh no, the bear just seems like it's a cool bear. Yeah. That's wild. All right, let's see what else I have. Do you use ChatGPT for the show? You think I use ChatGPT for this show? You think ChatGPT is as creative as I am to come up with the writing for this show? Are you out of your mind? I would never use ChatGPT only because I'm scared of it. ChatGPT is its own personal AI, and it's your own personal AI too. And it gets to know you, gets to learn you. And one of the most craziest things I heard from my homegirl that has ChatGPT, she said the first thing was like, hey, how was your listening session? How the fuck did you know I was listening to something? You're spying on me already? That's weird. But no, I don't use ChatGPT. I don't use ChatGPT. It'll probably be easier. I'll probably be more coherent. I'll probably get my thought across. But no, I don't use ChatGPT. That's just a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. So no. Also, like I said, it's your own personal AI, and I noticed. I was talking to one of my homegirls, and I kind of felt kind of sad for her. I felt bad for her because she feels that she has nobody to talk to in her real life, and I'm like, thank God, don't call me. So she's been relying on ChatGPT, and I'm seeing her go down this rabbit hole, and I'm like, oh, you think this is a person? It's not a person. It's an AI. It's something that's learning you. It's crazy. So she'll ask like information to the ChatGPT about like relationship questions, and she'll take the answers and just run with them. Like, oh my God, it's 100% honest and solid and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, that's cool, but I'm pretty sure those answers can be swayed because I'm pretty sure they're taken from like Google. And if somebody really wants to be like, all right, this now, it could possibly happen and be a thing now. So yeah. Very interesting things. Very, very interesting things. But yeah, but I was watching her interactive fit and I was like, oh, you really are like addicted to this. You really think that this program is is a real thing that's out to help you, and you'll be able to meet this program in real life and be like, hey, remember the time you helped me? And it's not gonna know, because at the same time it's helping you, it's helping 7,000, 800,000 other people in the world, and you're over here thinking you're special. Now, if you don't get that reference, you should go check out a movie called Her. And it's the same conversation. It's a guy that falls in love with his AI program, only to get his heart broken at the end and find out, hey, you're not the only person I talk to. I also talk to these people over here. And he's like, my feelings are hurt. Oh my God, why? Beep, bop, bop, bing, bom, bom, bom. The type of shit your mom you couldn't understand. But yeah. See what else I got. Oh, this is a whole different time zone that we're in right now. Hey guys, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? We didn't just do like a 12-hour jump. No. This is a natural light on my face if you're watching this. Everything's still going smoothly. So where was I? What are good apps for promoting self? Are you a dinosaur? No disrespect, but I feel like this is like an older person question. Like young kids kind of already know, but all right. You're talking to the wrong one, just right off the bat. I am not good at promoting myself, because as much as I want to promote myself, I have a corporate job that won't allow me to fully promote myself. So it's like, unless this show is like skyrocketing, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to promote everywhere. But as of right now, no. Now, everybody runs a TikTok, and TikTok is a good spot to do it, but TikTok is very, very fickle. It's super fickle. It's annoying because I've been on TikTok for a while, and my highest video view that I have is 999,000 views. I've been chasing that like a heroin addict. I'm never going to get that. Lately, I've just been capping off at like maybe 1,000 views, 2,000 views. And if I'm lucky, recently, 500 views, no more than 800 views. It's very fickle. You gotta, and they cut the way that you use your hashtags. Before you get hashtag the hell out of something, now it's like you're allowed 5. And then they made it a thing where if the people that follow you, the people that you know personally, don't like your video, they won't let it go. Because if your fan base doesn't rock with it, then they're not going to let the other fan base, the other people out there in the world rock. So it's, like I said, it's very fickle. So if you have people that watch your joint and don't hit that like button, this is literally the example of it be your own people holding you back. So it's very entertaining. Actually, I started like thinking about more social media presence, and I have it. I have the social media presence. The only issue is that I don't know how to put this without sounding like an asshole. Strangers are more quick to share my stuff than a lot of people on my list. Now, I have my core friends that share it, and shout out to you guys. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And then there's others that don't share it at all. And that's what you got to get used to, because you can't get mad at people for not wanting to share your content. It's like, all right, it's whatever. But it's just more interesting when you see them like, but you're going to share somebody's content that's already out there, that's already has the exposure, but you have somebody right here, right next to you on your own platform, your own local area, and you won't share it. It's like, hey man, I like what you're doing, but they're not going to share it. So that's something that you're going to have to get used to when it comes to the social media game, is that people that you know probably talk to every day won't share your content. So you got to be like, okay. Or like if you do like Instagram, like I get a lot of views because I do stories, and it's just like funny things that I like to do. I don't really post my own content like that either, but it's like, okay, my story views, crazy likes, all this stuff. But when it comes down to my actual content, it doesn't go high. It barely makes a mark. Out of all the followers that I have, it's like, all right, like 1% is liking the actual content. So it's like, But lately I was talking to my cousin, like maybe like a month ago. And he was talking about we were talking about YouTube. And it's very important to have a YouTube, because YouTube about 2 or 3 months ago, they started penalizing people that take footage from other people and criticize the footage. So they was like, no, that's no longer going to be a thing. They also started doing like, hey, if you use AI, we're not going to share your videos either because it's not original content. You're just using something to help you be creative. So I was like, okay. So now it's like people like me that put content out that's original content is getting more shine on YouTube than even the people that are solidified are like, all right, now we're getting a fight and chance. Because back then, when I used to do YouTube and I used to do the shorts, and I used to hate doing the shorts because they give you such a cap. You had to do it in a certain format. I was like, nah, this is really annoying. I don't like this. And then when I would do it, like it would never go past 12 views. I'm like, yo, what am I doing wrong? I'm hashtagging, I'm geolocating, I'm doing it on a prime time slots, and it would just never go. But lately, since that conversation with my cousin, he was like, you should just do it like this. And we were talking about how I could break up the podcast because I was thinking about reformatting the podcast or something else, and focusing more on a corporate thing, like this is an entertainment company more than like a podcast. So like breaking up certain sections that I have in the show, and just all right, post it like. All right, I'm doing a terrible job. So basically what I would do is I would go to YouTube, and instead of uploading this all in one shot, I would break it down in sections. So it's every section's a complete different own video. So it will no longer fall under the playlist of this year's podcast unless I want to do multiple uploads where it's the sections and then the whole podcast under it. And then for like Spotify and YouTube, and for Spotify and Apple Music, it would go, this is all you get. But to bring more attention to the YouTube, that's what I would seem would work more better when it seems like you're doing multiple projects at once, which will no longer fall under the guys like, all right, this is just a podcast. Now this is more of like a show, like a segments. Like, all right, this is like a broadcast, like a real broadcast channel. Like, all right, this is Part-Time Lover. All right, this is the Cool Report. All right, this is such. This is the movie review. This is that. And I was like, that seems like a direction that I'm focusing on going into. So yeah. But promoting right now, the best tool has been YouTube. And for Instagram is very hit or miss too. Instagram goes, doesn't go. And I feel like for you to get noticed on Instagram, you might have to pay. Like you might have to get that little dumb blue check. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting a blue check, nor am I paying for followers. But as of right now, it has been YouTube that has been getting me more views. Spotify, it's its own thing. I don't know what kind of content you're putting out. Spotify is weird. I don't get Spotify. I don't get it at all, but it somehow works because I can't tell who's promoting the Spotify. I just know that I'm getting listeners. There's a listenership there. And a good 60-70% is off Spotify, and the 30% is Apple, Google, Amazon Podcasts. There's a bunch. Stitcher, and it's like, okay. So that entity itself, that machine, I don't know what's driving that machine. But as far as the things that I can control, Instagram is very hit or miss. TikTok is very hit or miss. Even TikTok is hard to get engagement and conversation. See, Instagram, you got to deal with the bots. Hey, send this here. Share this to our page. If you were real, you would just do it yourself. I don't got to send you anything. If you were real, you would just hit that share button and then just post it on your own thing. But that's not what they're going to do. So TikTok, you'll get an engagement. Like the last 2 videos that I did, engagement. I loved it. And that's one of the hardest things as a content creator to do is get engagement. A lot of people don't like engaging. A lot of people don't like putting their opinions up because they feel that somebody might attack them or they might say something. And I was like, I get it. So a lot of the times I get private DM'd on that. But for your question, for me, it has been YouTube. YouTube has been my best tool right now for promoting. As far as like the viewership on that, that's still low. I don't know how to, I could get them there. I just don't know how to keep them there. So I got to figure out a formula for that one too. So yeah. So hopefully that answered their question. So I think it's time to go to the next section. And you know what it is.
I'm
Welcome to the part-time lover. Part-time lover is a section where people like to submit their relationship issues and we give them a hand as best as we can. Is it always the best information? No. But they can pick and choose what they want to use for the relationship. I am not a licensed professional. I am just a guy with 2 cameras and a microphone. So as I'm looking at this first question, I would like my phone to get ready to read it so you guys can hear it. Hopefully, I will remember to activate the Bluetooth to the board. But let's see.
Got it in with a girl I met online, and while sealing the deal, I noticed she had a plug on. I was like, oh, she freaky, and was cool with it until I noticed that thing was not staying in. Bruh, she has a loose butthole. Can she undo that?
Can she undo what? A loose butthole? I don't think she could do that. Let me read it for you guys. That Siri's been acting weird. Siri has been like not doing the best job of doing the readings anymore. I'm gonna have to find another avenue for that soon. So it is. Question is, I got it in with a girl I met online. More power. While sealing the deal, I noticed she had a plug on. Glades? I was like, oh, she freaky, and was cool with it until I noticed that thing was not staying in. Oh, you's a rapper. Bruh, she has a loose butthole. Can she undo that? I don't think she has a loose butthole. I just think when they get too excited, because I've dealt with girls that had those things, and those things, when they're going off, them things, bing, they shoot out. They shoot out, bro. Like, if they too in the moment, them things, that thing will hit you like a rubber bullet. Like, you'll have like a mark on your torso from it. Because those things aren't soft. I don't get the idea or the pleasures that girls get from that, because that's just a whole solid object, a whole metal solid object. And shout out to the girls that like doing it. I've seen girls that have like the light up ones. Like there's one that does like the Batman signal. I'm like, ooh, I am Bruce Wayne. So but that's just her thing. That's just her thing, bro. Like, you really think she has she just had something in it? Of course, it's gonna look loose. Is this your first time? I know you probably saw that shit and you was like,
you're a victim.
See, you're not. She's just freaky. If anything, it is an opening. But double entendres, don't even ask me how. But yeah, I don't get what your complaint is. That's just her thing. That's her kink. Don't kink shame. All right, she likes things up her butt. All right, next time, put your hand in there. I was going to say your thumb, but I was like, depending on the size of it, some girls, all right, I size shame on that. All right, if it's a regular one like this, all right, cool. But when they start looking like fucking mangoes, I'm like, oh, all your farts are silent. Like, that's crazy. But God, I'm gonna get help for that. But yeah, you can't kink shame. That's her thing. She was like, she even let you see that. She might have held that for the next person. Also, when did she break that out? Wait, you said, hold up. I got it in with a girl I met online. All right, you didn't really break that down. I don't know. Wait, I'm assuming this is your first time. So she extra freaky. She broke that out the first time. Like, all right, this is who I am. I'm just going to let you know. You know what? Shout outs to her. Being upfront. But hey, I like this a lot. I don't care what you're going to say. Accept me for me. Love me. Wait, so when it happened, did you grunt like did it ricochet or did it just like loosely? I'm asking for too much. My bad. My whole thing is when that happened, like, did you just like pick it up and like just put it back in? Did you wipe it off? He was like, wait, this is unsanitary. Hold up, put it back in. Did you run it under some water or did you just let it stay on the floor? That's a better question. See. I am trying to process your situation, but as of right now, it sounds like you're kink shaming, and depending on the size, it could go back to normal. Depending. Like, if it was the size of a bowling ball, buddy, get out of there. Get out of there. I mean, she has no control of any of that section. Like, any day she could just like poop herself and nobody would, somebody behind her would know, but she probably wouldn't even know. But get your kink game up. That's like so entry level. Yeah, don't kink shame. All right. That's her thing. All right. I'm gonna let you into something that I like to do. A lot of people will be like, "Wow, you're weird," but it's my thing. It's my thing. All right. Some girls don't come back after this, but it's okay. But they have a story to tell. All right. So I don't mind girls that squirt. I don't. What I like to do is sometimes they'll be like above my face and they'll just let it go. Right. Totally cool with that. That's why my face is so clear skinned right now. Now and glistening. But before we get to that point, I like to take a little 3-ounce towel and put it over my face. Is this waterboarding? I don't know. All right. But there's something about being wet and suffocating. Just do it for me. Is this against the Geneva Convention? Probably. But all parties are consenting. All right. Guys, if you want to try that shit out, go ahead. Make sure you get the right towel. You got to get the right towel. All right. Everything has to be balanced. All right. Okay, she has to actually have enough fluid in her to actually soak the towel, all right? So you just choke a little, all right? Am I wilding telling you this? Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But since you were so honest with us in this section, well, it wasn't your section to be honest about. If it was her, then yes. Why did I just tell you that? All right. But that's all it is. That's all it is, all right? People like different things, all right? 3-ounce towels. 4, you're probably not gonna get up. All right, you're probably gonna you're not gonna make it. All right, this is a trial and tribulation section for me that I had to figure out. I'm like, all right, this is the right towel weight. So yeah, but step your game up. I'm like, yeah, that's entry level stuff. Come on. What are we doing here? So yeah, do they come back? Sometimes. Do they charge a fee for that? I'm not paying it. But hey, let's go. All right, I'm gonna get out of that question. Hopefully that helped you get your freak up. And let's see what the next question is.
I've been paying this girl rent for 6 months now, and her besties just told me her spot is Section 8. She's been robbing me this whole time. What would you do?
You better call the authorities. You better get lawyers involved. What do you mean? Let me read this for you guys. I've been paying this girl's rent for 6 months now. You're bugging out. You're, for lack of a better words, her bestie just told me her spot is Section 8. That means she's paying $100 a month. She's been robbing me this whole time. What would you do? This is very simple for me. I will make a phone call and I will let this agency know what's going on. This is fraud. This is theft. This is grand larceny. And then one day she will wake up to this beautiful sound. FBI, open up! And they will take her to jail. And when she's in jail, she has to figure out a way to sell enough ramens, all right? Make enough cookies. Figure this shit out. Sell underwear. You know, the biggest thing in girl jails is like undergarments. Like, oh man, I made you a bra. All right, how much is that? 10 ramen packs. Good deal. All right. She has to hustle to give me back all my freaking money. Like, are you crazy? You're a dummy. Why are you paying her rent? And you can't complain if you're paying her rent because you're already giving away the money. You just don't like the idea that she's pocketing the money. But at the end of the day, you're still giving away the money, so you really don't need the money. You just have your little feelings hurt because, oh, why would she lie to me? She's in Section 8. Like, what do you mean? That's a project princess. Like, you're bugging out. Paying somebody's rent and you don't know what their home is like is crazy. And I know she could have a Section 8 voucher and she could live in a nice neighborhood. Yeah, but you can normally tell the blocks that are Section 8. Like, you can tell, that's Section 8. In my neighborhood, all right, they own their houses. Next block, that's Section 8. Like, those houses aren't half the time aren't up to code. It's like, what are we talking about? How much are you giving? Is a better question. 1,000, 1,500. You're gonna have to eat that, Playboy. 25, 3,000. Get your freaking lawyers. And you did 6 months. Let's do the math. Let's say it is 3,000. 3,000. I know somebody's like, I already did the math. Times 6. That's $18,000. $18,000. So out of $18,000, her rent's probably like that ass like $100. So let's minus $600. She pocketed $17,400 of your monies and did whatever she did with it. She probably went crazy. You probably didn't notice that she's been coming through with more bags lately, more designer clothes lately around you. Like, that's crazy. Are you staying in the home every now and then is a better question. Because if you're paying to be in a house to not be in there, that you don't have the wherewithal to come in, come out as you go, sleep over whenever you want, give me your goddamn kids snacks, then what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I was like, you're just a fucking, you kind of triggered me with that one, but you're just a big one, a big one, a big one, a big one. So yeah, I can't knock her. She was able to get that off. I can't knock her for doing that. She's a piece of shit still, but I can't knock her because to be like, hey man, some guys were actually like, all right, yo, I'll pay your rent. Make sure you're good, you're straight, blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, yes, my rent is this much. Like, she could have just said no, but who says no to free money? She saw you walking a mile away and she was like, he's going to pay my rent for nothing. I won't even have to give up the kitty cat. That's what we call these, that they go by sugar daddies, all right? A lot of those dudes, they're like, oh, I have disposable income. Yeah, but you're still paying for vagina. You're still paying for it. I see the older dudes. Oh, this is actually a conversation I had like 2 or 3 days ago about the older dudes that do it, and I get their situation. The older dudes that do it, they have ED. That thing ain't getting up no more. There's no amount of Hims, Blue Chew, any of that. This is not an ad that's gonna work to get that shit back up. So you know what they do? They just look for companionship in all the wrong places, because there's nothing that you can confide in a 19-year-old that's looking for your money. There's nothing that you can do. At that point, you're kind of fucked up in the game. But if they're at that point where they have enough disposable income to give that shit away, go ahead. But then you got these young fucks, and these young fucks just don't seem to understand that this is not the way this works. All right. If you are somehow able to be in a relationship with somebody that's using and abusing you like that, I'm letting you know right now, right down the line, it's going to be bad. They're taking your shit. They're taking your pension. They're taking your house. They're taking all these things. God forbid you have kids. They're taking it all, buddy. So the guys that start off with, I'm going to show love and appreciation with money. Nah, fam, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. And you lucky. Not that lucky, but you lucky that you seen it now. It's a $17,400 loss is wow. Because he was like, all right, that's it. I got it. Okay, whatever. But I need you to also understand. Don't get with her best friend for giving you the heads up. Don't do that. Because you seem like you might be dumb enough to do that. Because you're hitting me up like, what should I do? Get a lawyer. Get your money back. Did you Venmo? Did you sell that? Did you write rent? Like, what did you do? Did you give that up in cash? Because you gave it up in cash, you ain't getting that shit back. There's no proof of that. So, yeah. But if you're now looking at the front like, oh man, she's a real one. She's not. She's not a real one either. She heard what you were doing for her. She said, fuck her. I could get you to do this for me. And all I got to do is throw you a little box every now and then. And your goofy ass is going to just run for it. You're going to run for it. And you know what? I think you're just destined. You might just be you're a victim. I think that's all I can tell off of you, bro. You think I'm giving away You think I'm just giving away $18,000? Why would I give away $18,000?
We'll fold that up right now.
Why? She says I need you to pay my rent.
What kind of fuck you give me?
That's dead ass. Like, pay your rent for that every fucking day.
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right. Like, you really gauged the situation. You saw it. He was like, all right, if I keep doing this, she's going to see me as a suitable partner and blah, 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 blah.
Do you think it's wise for you to keep talking?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're the person submitting the question. I apologize. I'm just trying to let you know, like, hey, you're not in an ideal situation. You're not. That's a bad situation that you're in. Get away. Go work on yourself. Focus on yourself. Go heal. Go get some crystals, set them up, and every week put them out in the sun to recharge. Go take a class on like what's some things called? Go take some self-improvement classes. All right. Go figure out a daily mantra. If you have enough money to throw away like that, you need to figure out how to put that in a business. All right. I'm not assuming I don't know what you do, but I'll start working on myself and start building an empire before I start building these girls up that don't seem like they're gonna attribute to your shit. So yeah. The goal is to find a partner that helps you, that you can build with and make something beautiful with. Not somebody that's gonna be financially dependent on you. That's the way I see it. So yeah. Good luck, buddy. All right. Just, I don't know. You're probably like,
You're on my foot, fat shit!
it happens. Sometimes we're fun and like, hey, and sometimes you get that result. My bad, homie. But thank you for submitting your question. Hopefully I was able to help you two guys. I don't know. Doubt it, but hopefully you were able to either learn something, take something, or a new method in the bed. But you guys are walking away with something that you may or may not want, and that's totally fine with me. So thank you for being a bad friend. Let me stop. All right, so please continue to submit your questions to Part-Time Lover so I can either give you a response which is either quirky or harsh. So thank you. Let me get out of here. All right, good people. We're at the end of the show. And I just want to say thank you, everybody that made it here. This has been a very difficult episode to record. I'm letting you know right now. It's literally taking me 2 to 3 days to record this episode. I recorded a whole episode, and I was like, no, I didn't like the way that went. Trashed it. Just deleted everything, sent it on its way. Recorded this episode on a Friday night. It's Saturday morning now. That's how you know. Like, I've been trying to like really get this done. There's just so much going on, but I'm trying to make it work. I just want you guys to know that we're still here. We're still rocking strong. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. And words of motivation. Don't forget to put yourself first. All right. A lot of the times we bend over backwards helping other people. We just do the most trying to make everybody around us cool, better, and stuff like that we forget to take care of ourselves. We neglect ourselves. Sometimes we give positive affirmations to other people and like, hey man, nah, you're killing it. You're doing great. And then when it comes to you, your battery's on empty, that you forget to do it to yourself and build yourself up. So yeah, man. Key walk away from this episode is take care of yourself. Now let's go. Shout out to you guys out there chasing your goal, being the goal. Go. I need you guys to keep pushing, keep thriving. I need you guys to keep doing what you got to do out there to make it. I need you to know if you fall down, I need you to. All right? The world does not stop because you fall or stumble. You need to keep on going, all right? If your progress is slow, that's okay, because slow motion's better than no motion. All right, so I just want you guys to be out there achieving and doing your thing. All right, I am your host, Jose Luis, a.k.a.
On my Cool J.
A.k.a. A.k.a. Mr. Big, some would say. And I have totally been...
This is culturally inappropriate.
Totally. And thank you, everybody, for going through whatever ride this was. I don't even know what this sounds like. There's been so many takes of just verbiage and different things. I don't know what I'm putting together. Hopefully it's a good enough product for you guys to make it all the way to the end. And I just noticed that Spawn recap was really, really long. The last 2 episodes, the movie review sections have been really, really long. So I got to figure out if I'm going to take that out and just make it its own thing. But Appreciate you. Please continue to like, comment, share, subscribe. I am your host once again. That's greeting you. Farewell. All right. Peace out. Hey.